YouTube? It's Aiden / Just Aiden, and welcome back, I guess. I got a little bit of an equipment update. I got some stuff coming in. I have some stuff right now, and then some big changes. Stuff is changing. Let's talk about the new stuff first. So first of all, hey, it's the same case I already had. There's nothing in it yet, but I have a Bach 50 bell, Corporation bell, another one. I keep finding these things on the way, which means that I can make another screw bell. I also got a screw ring exactly for, you can see on both sides, the 50B from Instrument Innovations. It's cool because the last ring I had was from the same people, I think, but it was designed for French horn. What's cool about French horn rings is that they're the same diameter, but the flare of a French horn where they screw it on is a lot different. It's probably a lot more aggressive right there. So having one designed for my exact bell means way less work involved. It doesn't have to like file the whole thing out this time. Hey kitty, he wanted to jump up in front of the camera. So that's cool. Screw bell is going to be incoming soon, and I'll finally have like two of, should be similar-ish bells. I really miss my old one, but it just wasn't kind of worth keeping around. If I had millions of dollars, I would have kept it. I would have been really happy with it because, man, that bell's awesome. It just didn't do everything well, and if I'm going to have a screw bell, it's kind of got to do everything because I'm traveling with it, not just playing in orchestral settings with it. Cool, so I got that. Got a new mouthpiece for my contrabass trombone. I've been looking, and I told you guys in this last video, for a Bruno Till's KB3, and I just kind of bit the bullet and found a used KB 2.5. Just a tiny bit smaller. I haven't played it at all, so I guess we'll see if it's any good. I'm excited about that, and the people who sell these in Europe finally got back to me and said that I could buy one for not that much money, actually. So in case this doesn't work, the 2.5, I can always buy a 3. Yay! I don't think any of you guys helped me with that. I know a couple people said they might have sources or something, but they just ended up sending an email like 2 weeks after I sent them an email. I don't know why that took so long. So that's really exciting. Nothing happened with the 3B except that I still love it, which is kind of surprising because I've had it now for like a month, which is a pretty long time for me, right? I do have to say the Neotech is awesome on this instrument. I don't know about every instrument, but on this, I can literally hold this without using any hand pressure at all, and I can play it that way too. And I can hold it this way without using anything. It's so comfortable. So big changes with the bass trombone. As of yesterday, I had an audition here in Los Angeles for an orchestra. I did not advance, but I kind of worked my tushy off for this audition. Got way better at bass trombone in the last 3-ish weeks because that's all the run-up of time that I had. That's the only time I knew about it. I'm okay with not advancing. I kind of would have liked to get a little bit farther in the audition, but I played my best and there were some really, really good players there, so I'm not mad about it. It went really well from my perspective. The thing is, I played my bass a lot over the last 3 weeks, and I finally kind of narrowed down some things that I really don't like about it. I love that horn. I really do. It's gotten me farther than any other bass trombone I've ever had. I've owned trombones for longer, but I have not gotten as much better with them as I have with this instrument. I say instrument, I've really only used this valve section this entire time. I've used, I think, 7 different slides, 2 different tuning slides, and 3 different bells. Yes, 3 and soon to be 4 different bells on this valve section. All the same valves. And so I've kind of narrowed down the problem area to the valves because the changes I've made, the bells, the slides, the tuning slides, lead pipes, mouthpieces, have all changed aspects of the instrument in small degrees, but it's always maintained the same characteristic of sounding really good and not always being very easy to play. So up here there's error, and down here is error, and the margin where there is no error, where the horn sounds good and is easy to play, is just tiny. And there are modern horns out there right now where that margin error is huge. Like the Edwards B454, it probably doesn't even fit in the frame of this picture, right? It's just kind of easy to play all the time. And I don't think it sounds especially amazing in this whole area, at least for me, but it's never hard to play. My horn sounds really good when you're right in there. If you're up here, down here, it just, man, it sounds not great, and it just bites you every time you want to do something on it. So I think I'm going to change out the valve set. I've already talked to a guy about a new set of valves. It might be coming soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell these ones that I have now, or if I'm going to keep them as backups. I'm not even sure if it's worth it to keep them as backups. It would be nice to have a backup valve set. No, kitty, he really wants to be in front of the camera. But yeah, huge change right there. So I haven't changed that aspect of my bass drum in like 3, 4. I actually don't know how long I've had that at this point. And I really like them in a lot of ways. They keep biting me. I'm not going to say that they interfered with my audition. I think I played within that margin of error at the actual audition. But working up to it, I just kept running into problems that would not go away. And I haven't eliminated me entirely, of course. I think there's always the factor of the player. But my other two instruments, my 3B and my Bach tenor, my A47, don't have those same problems with me playing them. And that's kind of what clued me in. Obviously, I've played other bass trombones, and some of them have issues, some of them don't. But it's really that I have these two other trombones that do some things way better than my bass trombone. And just really consistently with me playing them. I'm not nearly as good as tenor trombone as I am a bass trombone. So I think it's time for something to change, and the valves are what's going to change. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, me ranting about things that I'm bad at, and I'll see you guys next time.